Hello again, folks. Welcome to another Old Bloke Builds Lego. Sorry if I sound a bit less easy to follow than usual today, but I do have something of a cold and cough, so bear with me if you can, please. Let's start the video. Aha, now what can this be, he says, unconvincingly, as if he didn't know. Let's have a look, guys. Ah, as if I didn't know, it's one of those. Just a moment. It's two of those. What can this mean? Yeah, so for today's video, the idea is build not one, but two of these. And rather like with the video I did on the family reunion Chinese restaurant a few months ago, see if we can make a complete building, front and back as it were, from two identical Lego sets. Hey, how hard can it be? Let's find out. Right, let's begin by moving some of the spare bits left over from the double build out the way. That will do, I guess. I know it's the professionalism that attracts so many of you to this channel, isn't it? Yeah, sorry about that, guys, but if this channel has any charm, I guess it's this sort of, yeah, you know, paper backdrop. Anyway, let's have a look at the finished model. Just sliding it into view, and voila, there you go. So, other than the fact it's on the base plate, seen from this angle, it looks pretty much like what you'd get in one box. But, of course, the fun is that we've got not one, but two of the kits, like so. And, you know, it's now a complete building, not half of one. This is what we want. That's what I wanted anyway. So let's just go down and have a little bit more of a close-up look, eh? So if we look at the front here, there's the original front as is. Everything on here is as is. I've added a sign there, which is actually the spare one of the sign that you get with the set anyway, that mounts over the bay window. So that's there, just to stand outside to get people's attention. Moving round. On the bay windows here, I've deliberately left out the pieces that would go to the centre there to form a continuous sort of open space between the two. We'll go around again. Now at the back of the building, you'll notice that the handrails have gone. I've tried deliberately to tone this down because it is meant to be the back of the building. So I've swapped out the original front door for one from my spare kit that's a bit more basic and a bit more in keeping with probably the back of the property. And as I said before, the handrails have gone. If I just quickly swipe back, those grey stones as well, and the white pillars and the lanterns even, I've taken those out just to give the simplicity to that rear entrance. And really, in terms of the actual physical structure of the building, that's about it, because the thing I like about this, maybe I'm just idle, you tell me, but the thing I like about this design is it's not rocket science, and practically any Lego fan can do this, because you buy two kits and then you mirror image one to mate with the other. And in practical terms, the way I've done this now on two occasions is actually three occasions I think, but anyway, is I build the kit twice, so there's two identical models. I then play around with them, put one behind the other, and clearly it won't work because it simply can't match. But it gives me ideas, and then I piece by piece disassemble the, if you like, second model and reassemble it so it's orientated as a mirror image of the first one. It sounds more complicated than it is, although I don't recommend trying to do this if you've had a night on the strong pop, I mean, you need a clear head, at least I do, as clear as my head gets. But it's as simple as that, really, and you work your way up from the ground up, um, reversing the original design. And as you can see, it works. At least I hope it does. Now, just to comment on the interior of the model. The model does have an interior as designed and supplied by Lego. But unlike when I built this one a few months ago, the again, two kits, one mirror imaged onto the other, the Chinese reunion restaurant. You may have seen the video I did on this at the time. This has got a more considered approach to the interior. There, the stairways in it, and including one to the roof, and it has a sort of a real world attempt at utilizing the space. So if you were minifigured size, you could walk in one of the doors on the ground floor and get yourself up on the roof without sort of magic being required. Assuming you don't consider it magic that you're minifigure size, but you get me point. Anyway, going back to this, with this, I've simply put the interiors in as they come, so there's no stairwell. So if you came in this at minifigure size, you couldn't go up through the floors without using magic. But that was deliberate, because the thing is, dare I say this, I don't tend to, once I built the interior, and I do admire the ingenuity of Lego designers, and I do like to look through the windows occasionally, particularly with lights on. You can see bits of it, but basically I don't tend to go into the interior once the model's built. So if there's an interior in there, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, but it's there, and on all three floors. But yeah, with this, I didn't want to try and fit a staircase in, shall we say. I've just kept it simple. I'll just rotate this round to the back wall, or one of the, I say back wall, it depends how you think about it, but the tree that comes, there's two trees in two sets, so I've amalgamated them into a larger tree, as you can see here, with two trunks. And that's really just to take the bareness off what would otherwise be a large white wall. And I'm quite pleased with that. I think that works. I've also added a few flowers, because I'm a gardener as a hobbyist, and I like my gardening, so I always try and put a few flowers around my Lego models when I can. And these were just taken partly from Spares box, and also these here with a lot with flowers included in the two kits. Yeah, so that's that. And yeah, I think I'm pleased. I am. It's, I don't know where I'm going to put it in the street. Given the head cold I've got at the moment, I can't really think that clearly. But the I'm sure I'll find a home for it. I'll let you know when I do. And this is just a simple, I'm sure you've gathered, a 10-inch by 10-inch square base plate, onto which I've mounted the two sets, as it were. Put a pavement on. The obligatory street lamp is there, of course. Wouldn't be a Lego modular building without one of those, would it? Oh, just a little point to help the building pull together. I have, where possible, overlapped the odd brick, so it so it, like here, basically, so it helps to pull the two buildings together to make them a bit more resilient. Let's face it, Lego buildings don't need an excuse to start falling apart, do they? At least some of mine don't. So there you go. Anyway, enough of me ramblings. Apologies again for this head cold if it's causing me to be less intelligible than usual. I hope you like it anyway, and if not, I hope you've, at least you can say to yourself, well, there's no way I'll build that. That's fair enough. But anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again one day. Thanks again, guys.